Who took a loud gulp? Was that you?
Sorry.
Listen, David.
It's my first time in a podcast studio.
Okay, but you just took a audible slurp.
Okay,
And then
I think it was the straw.
The point is, you held it right up to the microphone. I take discrete sips and I do it away from the microphone.
No.
You have this, I think it's the largest water bottle I've ever seen. It looks like you stole a prop from Land of the Giants.
It's from Home Goods.
60s reference TV show. Anywho, you took a giant slurp and then I could feel the water being pushed down your esophagus all the way into your belly. So just be a little mindful of that, okay?
Sure.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry.
If you're just joining us, we're mid-conversation with David Hopping, who's going to get transitioned into Sona's role as assistant. And that's what this segment is. It's the second part of a major cliffhanger from last episode. Major. People have been beating down our doors to find out what happens here.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That was me just trying to get in to kill you. For calling this a cliffhanger, the crux of the matter here is that one Sona Movsesian, I used your middle name.
But not her last name.
Huh?
You did something weird with my last name. Also, Tallene is my first name.
I know, but you go by Sona Movsesian.
Yes.
But your real name is Tallene. See, I just took us into a cul-de-sac we didn't have to go into.
Exactly.
Let me try that again. What we're going to do today is, as you all know, I think you're aware that Sona is carrying twins at this very moment.
Yeah.
Two unborn children in her belly who have to listen to this podcast.
I know.
right now.
The sound. Some parents play Mozart to the
yes.
bellies.
I was going to say, kids hear Mozart, they hear Chopin, they hear Beethoven.
Yep.
Your two children have, for months during the, most important stages of their cerebral development, listen to us bicker and self-obsess and waste time.
They're going to know your voice more than they're going to know Tax, and that makes me really sad.
That's right. They'll never listen to your husband Tack. And so you'll have to call me and hold the phone out to them and I'll say, go to your cribs. And they'll both immediately, like little soldiers, march off to their cribs.
Oh, my God.
But no, we're really excited for you. We're really happy.
Thank you.
And this event is going to happen very soon. So obviously, we need to find someone to temporarily replace you. And the man for the job is David Hopping, who has been working in our office for 5 years. You've been working as Jeff Ross's assistant. He's our executive producer. Mm-hmm. A man of few words.
Very few words.
What's up? What's going on? Hey, how you doing? Let's go. I gotta go. Let's come in. And he is, what is he? He's not the opposite of fire.
Ice?
No, he's an oven mitt.
Oh.
I am a flame that needs to be controlled. And he just comes down like a big oven mitt and extinguishes that flame.
Okay. Doesn't oven mitt extinguish the flame? I mean...
No, he's a fire blanket, like that kind of thing?
Yeah, I was thinking something that cuts off the oxygen to the fire.
All right. Yeah. Okay,
like
he's a
dome.
Well, this is the cliffhanger resolution people have been screaming.
This is a waste of everybody's time.
David, let's try to get to the heart of the matter. David, do you know what your duties are as far as being my assistant?
Not really.
Because I'm very different. You're working now for Jeff Ross, the executive producer of the show.
Yeah.
Okay? And he's a guy who probably wants to have a dinner reservation, probably wants you to tell him what's in his appointment book, what he has to do. Sona and I don't have that kind of relationship.
No.
Okay.
90% of what Conan is going to tell you and talk to you about is complete and utter nonsense, wouldn't you say?
I call it gibberish.
So many bits. Then you have to weed through a huge, dense amount of bits to get to something that has any sort of substance.
I call Sona often as other people. I'm constantly saying I was using the restroom and I walked out and I had forgotten to pull up my pants and I walked into a restaurant and I started berating a waiter with no pants on and TMZ was there and they have all the footage and I panicked at that point and said some stuff that was against America and I keep making the story worse and worse and worse.
Just so
I'll spend 15 minutes on that and then I'll say, oh, and by the way, the medication that keeps me alive, I'm completely out of that.
Yeah.
I don't lead with the most important things. So you have to be patient and listen to my bits, okay?
I can do that.
So many bits.
What do? You just sit?
I just sit there. I literally just sit there and just listen to it.
Okay.
That's all you can do.
But I think David's asking a much more intriguing question is, what is it you do?
Oh.
I mean, I don't mean just with while I'm telling you a story because that's occasional. But when I'm around putting a show together, crafting a comedic sensibility that will guide a generation to higher heights. What are you doing?
That's a good question. There's things that I should be doing, and then there's things that I do. So I think those are two completely different ideas that you have.
That was very good. If you were in front of the Senate being grilled, they would not be able to pin you down.
Yeah, that was
amazing. Wasn't that amazing, Matt?
Should be doing, and then there are things that I do. So most of my day, and David and I have worked very closely for a long time.
Yeah.
Most of our days spent talking about what we're going to get for lunch, then ordering lunch, then sending someone out for lunch, then eating lunch. So that already sucks up like half of our day.
Yeah.
If you have shows to catch up on or movies you want to watch, then that's important.
So I started out as Conan, your production assistant.
Right.
And Sona one day told me if I'm ever just waiting at my desk for her to tell me to do something, it's fine if I watch TV.
Yeah.
Don't fire me for saying this, but I sat at my desk and binged 14 seasons of Grey's Anatomy.
Wow.
Is Grey's Anatomy still on?
Yeah, they just got renewed.
It's amazing that show is still on.
But it's
like Gunsmoke,
It's so good.
It's like a show from the 50s that's still going.
It's a good thing that it's still on because you're going to have a job where you need to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm basically a doctor, so.
So you watched 14 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. That's incredible. Mm-hmm. And on my dime, I was paying you.
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting for Sona to tell me like if you needed lunch or something.
See?
Right.
I'm watching Chicago Hope right now.
Chicago Hope.
I don't know.
Was it still?
I've never.
That was
seen
on. Was that the big competitor to Grey's Anatomy?
I don't know.
And then it went away after like a year, or is it? Or I don't know. These shows that are on conventional television, channels 2, 4, 7. When's the last time I stumbled onto one of those?
Yeah, me either.
I'm always on some streaming platform watching Steisel. It's a good show, actually. I really like it. I like my weird European shows, with subtitles.
I do too. And then after I watch them, I feel like I know the language.
Oh,
I was watching.
And that's not how language works.
I was watching some show. I forget what it was, but it was on Netflix, and it was this foreign obscure show with subtitles, and it was like Dutch or something. And then after a while, I realized this is just Grey's Anatomy. They're just coming in through the side door. It was very similar people, and it was really no different. They were just, but I was giving it all this cred. Yeah. Because it had subtitles.
It's much better. I watched Call My Agent, which is in French. Then I watched Summertime, which is in Italian. And then I also had watched Money Heist, which is in Spanish. And I really feel like after I'm done with all those shows that I can speak all those languages fluently.
Not only
you
that,
studied
but
abroad.
Exactly.
I watched The Bureau and Money Heist, and I felt like, I'm just a classics enthusiast. I got all the romantic languages down.
You know what happens? I watch those shows. I watch shows like that, and I like to watch on a treadmill. And I'm running at full tilt, and I'm reading that tiny, subtitles going by. And my eyes are like on fire by the time the show is over because my head's bouncing up and down because that's how I run. I lope more than I run. I lope like a great wildebeest.
You had to mention Full Tilt too, didn't you? You just had to make sure everybody knew it's the toughest one on that treadmill.
Did I flex? I mean, for me, Full Tilt might not be for, an Olympic athlete Full Tilt.
Oh.
For me,
you
full
compared
tilt.
yourself to an Olympic athlete.
Oh, I just said an Olympic athlete would be full out running. My fast walk feels to me like full on.
You're 1/10 tilt.
Yes. Okay. Anywho, we're learning a lot about you, David. I'm learning nothing about David. David, quickly, just tell us, do you think this is going to be an easy job?
I think so.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a demanding guy, am I?
No.
I think I'm emotionally demanding, but I don't ask for a lot of stuff.
I've also, after 5 years, never seen you get mad. I don't think.
Well, not really mad. I get fake mad all the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
I get fake mad constantly.
Yeah.
But
you're not you're not a yeller. You don't throw things.
I'm going to though now.
Why? Why would you do that
It's
now?
going to be a whole new Conan when you come back.
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I feel like David will just understand. And David, you quickly tell us your obsessions. I know that you're obsessed with Disneyland.
I love Disneyland.
And
I haven't been back since they reopened, but
David,
I will.
There was a story halfway through the pandemic about someone who broke into Disneyland and went to that island, like swam to the island and was living there. And the workers at Disneyland found him. And I sent it to you and said, David, was this you? That's how much David Hopping loves Disneyland and Britney Spears.
I do.
I'm curious, had you thought of it, are you the type of person who would have broken into Disneyland and lived on that island for a bit?
No, because I wouldn't want to risk getting banned for life.
Oh.
But that's the only thing that would have stopped you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. You would have been banned for life.
Yeah.
No, he'd have come back with like a big fake mustache.
Just get tons of plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I'm Schmavid.
Yeah. I'm Schmavid, and I don't work for Conan O'Brien.
Schmavid schmopping.
I'm Schmavid schmopping, and I've never heard of Conan O'Brien. That makes no sense in any way. All right. Well, I think you're going to work out fine, David, and I'm really rooting for you. And I think you're going to be a wonderful permanent replacement for Sona Movsesian.
Permanent.
Oh, wow.
Keep saying permanent.
Well, whatever. It's just it's a
weird.
Freudian slip. It's when you accidentally say your deepest desire.
Okay, not permanent. Well, maybe. Who knows?
No, I'll be fine. You'll be back. You just love working with me, and I know it.
I mean, I don't know. Love is the right word, but I tolerate it.
So you don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
So that's good.
It's nice.
Yeah.
You know, when we go to lunch or something, I find somewhere really expensive.
Oh, that's a good
Take me.
idea.
Yeah. You got to look for $4 signs.
Because he's rich.
Yeah. Because
Well, rich is a relative term. As celebrities go, I'm actually quite impoverished.
I don't say
I'm going
impoverished.
to start a GoFundMe.
For what?
We got to get Conan up to Clooney levels. He's got that tequila.
The sad part is people would do it.
I
Yeah.
know.
I want my own. We've got to help Conan out. You know, he's not at Clooney level. He got that tequila. I tried to come out with my own knockoff of Snapple.
I was going to say, do you think you have the right brand for tequila?
No, I don't know. I think a pomade. I keep thinking a pomade.
I think a pomade is right. I don't think
Or
that
like
you
a
can go down.
little wine cooler or something.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, sort of
Like
a
a nice
fizzy,
rosé.
one of those wines that sort of tastes like an apple juice.
Yeah.
And it's such a tame wine that it's been approved for children by the FDA. All right, well, let's move on. But David, I'm very good to have you aboard.
Thank you.